Hi, my name is Elijah Gaines with EJ's Power Wash and Detail located here in Lawrence, South Carolina. Justin has asked me to do a video of my setup and everything that I have that helps me operate EJ's Power Wash and Detail, but I wanted to take you kind of through the progression of where I started back in 2015 and to where I am at now. Hope you enjoy. Hope some of this can help you out. All right, so back in 2015, I had this job that the most I can make was like $68 a day. It didn't matter if I was super busy or super dead. I was a cook at a restaurant, and I have 4 kids, so I needed to make more than $68 a day. So after talking with my wife and making some decisions, I decided to get back into mobile detailing, something I had done out of high school. My budget was $1,500, and I put in my 2 weeks notice, and I was back at the place that I had just quit after that 2 weeks, washing cars for the employees there out of the trunk of my car, waiting on our tax money to come. And when that came, I took $1,500. I bought this little trailer. It was multicolored, and started EJ's Mobile Detailing. My goal every day was to beat $68, and that was pretty simple. About 3 cars a day, and I was beating that. So it didn't take but about a week or 2, and I was off the ground and running. I bought this little 100-gallon tank. It fit in there, and I went to Lowe's and bought a little, I don't know, I guess it was a little Troy-Bilt pressure washer, and just hooked that up, no pump, used gravity to feed it, and I bought a little Sportsman generator. I think, like I said, my budget was $1,500, so I got the tank, the trailer, the little pressure washer, and a little generator for $1,500. All right, so about a year and a half after starting my business, I had to start using this trailer, because that little trailer before, one of the lead springs broke, and it being such an old trailer, I couldn't find the replacement parts to fix it. So we had to move the business onto this trailer, which now is just being used to haul lawnmowers or dirt bikes and 4-wheels around here if we want to go play or doing a little work for a neighbor or something. But we had a 100-gallon or 250-gallon tank strapped onto this with the pressure washer, the one from Lowe's, and generator, and this is what we rode around on. But in this time, we also started getting a little traction in the pressure washing side of things, and we started getting our feet wet and noticing the possibilities of getting more revenue from pressure washing, going right along with detailing. All right, so while using the enclosed or the open trailer, one of the problems I was having in the wintertime was my lines freezing, being ice in the hoses and whatnot, and that's a problem when you're trying to get up and get started like 8:30 in the morning. So if water's able to flow, I'm trying to go to work and make some money. So I ended up, we were working out of this truck at the time, and decided to go get this enclosed trailer. I had it custom built back in late 2018, early 2019. This trailer, custom ordered with where I wanted my hooks and stuff in the wall so I can strap stuff down. And let's take a look at where it is now. But it's kind of now. Come on. Now it's kind of used for detailing with no water tank in it, because you see the water tanks in the back. That's the way my son wants to do things, and it works. But we still, with this trailer, we still do auto detailing. We got a generator right here, vacuum cleaner, another little cheap pressure washer from Lowe's, because it doesn't use so much water. Moving around mobily, detailing cars, you got to have enough water. So if you're doing 10-15 cars in a day, using a 5.5-gallon machine, you're going to probably run out of water before the end of the day. So you're going to have to tap into somebody's water source just to fill up or just to be able to finish your day. But with this little one still from Lowe's, I think it's 3.2 gallons a minute. You don't have a problem with running out of water. Let's move around to the back of the trailer here. As you see, you got some, little engineered gate here. Over the course of using this thing, when I started in 2018, really digging into the pressure washing stuff, bleach is very corrosive, and we would, have the jugs back here because I downstream, and we, have 5-gallon jugs with bleach in it. So, it had a fold-down gate where we can roll the machines on and off, but now we had to put this on there just to be able to secure stuff in here, because the trailer still got life even though the door is rotted and fallen off. Right here is I think it's a GX390 with a general 5.5 gallon a minute pump. This trailer should have a surface cleaner in it, but it's in the shop right now getting some couple things fixed on it. But this here, what helped me started the transition from EJ's mobile detailing to EJ's power washing detail, because I wanted to reflect, that I'm doing power washing right along with car detailing, because in the winter, pressure washing can get very seasonal for folks. So, the car detailing gets me through, the December, January, February months when, most people don't think about getting their house washed or their driveway cleaned, but they still want their cars washed, but they don't want to go out there and do it because it's too cold. So, we're still able to, generate revenue in the slow times of the year because of all the detailing that, kind of got me started. And another thing, why I like these enclosed trailers, it doesn't get too cold here where I live in Lawrence, South Carolina, but some nights we do have, it gets down in the 20s and teens. And what I do, not with this one, but with my other trailer, which I did do with this one at one point, put a heater in there, a little space heater, just to keep everything, from freezing up at night. Now I just now got this trailer back up and running. Got this little, like I said, this one little fixed gate to hold stuff on. So me and my son, we can go, two directions with our crews and, try to take care of more customers. But, this is what we kind of use for, like I said, mobile detailing, and this is what kind of got us started. All right, so as the business continued to grow, more and more stuff was getting put in that white trailer. And as being in a rural area like I'm in, a lot of my jobs are 45 minutes to an hour away. The closest pressure washing warehouse or whatever, where I get a lot of my supplies and some of my equipment, probably most of my equipment now, but is an hour and 15 minutes away. And the Chevrolet, being a 4.8, not a 5.3, it had trouble pulling that trailer once I would fill up the tank, and I started acquiring all this equipment because I bought that my first commercial unit, which you'll see here in a minute, back in 2018. And as I was going up and down the interstate, I was trying to blow up the white Chevrolet. It's good around town here, but I ended up getting this black Dodge. Got a pretty good deal on it, so we went with that, and it was able to pull, the white trailer just fine, wherever I needed to go, and it got me to where I needed to be. So one of the things you're gonna experience if you're in this business long enough is you might as well go ahead and spend the money like I was told to begin with, and buy yourself a bigger truck to pull your trailer around in all this water, because all that weight, it puts a strain on these smaller 1500 trucks. I didn't listen very well, but as we're doing this video, it's like I said, it's the progression. We learn our best from our mistakes. So I bought this. It served me well for a couple years, but as the business continued to grow, and that white trailer ended up failing on me because that back door ramp actually rotted and broke off. So I had to go get this trailer here, kind of on the fly. And it was during the middle of the pandemic, and there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. I couldn't get anything custom built, and if I did, it was going to be 8 to 10 months out. So I was lucky enough to find this trailer, which is 2 foot longer than the white one and a foot wider. So there I am adding more weight to it, and I got this last year in August. And then shortly after that, I picked up this contract cleaning a lot of logging trucks every other week, and it required me to have hot water. So I had to go buy this unit that we have installed in here. This is a GX 690 with another General 8 gallon a minute pump, and it's got the hot unit on the back. That way I can blast off grease and some of that really harder stuff to get off heavy equipment and stuff like that. That thing weighs, I think, about 800 and something pounds. You add a full tank of water, which is roughly about 2,000 pounds. So you got almost 3,000 there. Then you got your equipment, other little equipment. If you come around here, I have 2 more Honda GX 390s on here with the 5.5 gallon a minute pumps. And then all these hoses that you see, somewhere around, I'd say close to 8,000 pounds towing all this stuff in the trailer. So I was pulling it with the Dodge, and everything works fine here around town, an hour or 2 away. Didn't cause me no problems. But this year, I picked up a really big job. It was about $28,000 job, and it was 7 hours away. And pulling this trailer with also that 100-gallon tank you saw earlier, I would fill it up with bleach, and we would head out of town. So we were, I don't know how much we were weighing, but we were weighing a lot. And driving 7.5 hours with a 1,500 truck, pulling 8,000-9,000 pounds, took a lot of strain on that 1,500, and ended up burning the rear end up out of it on my second trip up to Elizabeth City, North Carolina, to finish that big job. And when we got back, I put that truck in the shop. I had to get another truck towed to me so we can complete that job. When I came back, I started kind of looking for trucks, and got this Ford F350 from a local dealership here in town, because they don't have a good one here. And so I went and got that, and that has no problem towing all this weight. But let me show you some of the things that you may need on your trailer. As you can see, I have a lot of trailers and a lot of trucks, so I'm able to continue working, because if you only got one vehicle and it breaks down, how you gonna get to your job? I know some of you guys in the beginning, you got to do the best with what you got to work with, but you need to start planning to have another vehicle, another pressure washer, whatever, to keep you as the work starts building up and you got work every single day. You got to continue to work. You don't want to call your customers and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Joe, I can't make it to you today because my equipment failed," or whatever. You look kind of unprofessional and not ready for the task. So that's kind of why I've acquired all this stuff, because we're able to work through problems. And one of the things you need to plan on is working through problems on the job. So you should have little, like for me, it's not all organized. Another brand new pull rope. When this thing breaks, all we gotta do is take 4 screws off, take it off this rope, put this on there, crank it back up, we're back to work. Belts. All these things are belt, all of them are belt driven. So these belts actually are for this hot box, because I depend on it a lot on a lot of this commercial work. I'm dropping the camera. So it's a good thing to have belts. You have to see belts break. 20 minutes, put some new belts on there, you're back up and running. Some of the problems you guys are probably going to have starting out is if you're downstreaming like me, this little piece right here, I have 4 here in my hand ready to go. These are good to go. I got another 2 brand new ones sitting there waiting. If for whatever reason we had problems with them, I know I should just probably throw them away, but I don't. But yeah, you're able to switch them out, keep going through your job. You need tape, you need plastic, just in case you got TVs or fans, you know, outlets, key locks, stuff like that. You know, WD-40, extra O-rings. Just a little pack of some O-rings, you know, for your gun and for the hoses, you know, because they wear out on you pretty quick, especially if you start using hot water. As I learned this year, there's a different hose for hot water, there's a different gun for hot water. You know, the hoses and guns I was using with all the cold water units did fine. As soon as I started using this hot water over the winter, I started going through O-rings, and the innards inside my guns were falling apart because I was, you know, tearing everything up because they're not rated for hot water. So if you end up getting a hot water unit, make sure your guns and your hoses are rated for that. This here is a return hose for you at your pump. You know, you never know when they may go out. All it is, you know, if it busts a hole, if you can't cut it off and reattach it, here's a whole nother one right here. You just take off the old hose, put this on. Something else. I don't know if you can see it over here, but the backpack blower. You may get in some situations. Where you're spraying water, but you're still leaving it in a corner because you're fighting water with water. But you want to get it off that corner of the driveway where it's a little lower. Use a backpack blower and, you know, sit there and keep blowing the excess water off. That way, eventually, it won't come back. It'll, you know, seep into the ground, and you'll be good to go. Now, have a couple extra of these filters, and if you use one of these little sticks to hold your downstream hose in the bottom of the bucket. And very helpful. Get yourself a little toolbox. Keep on the trailer, because you need to keep a jack, a spare tire. They're in here. You see up here, this is a 34-foot ladder, I believe. You know, just in case you up clean high on some gutters. Right here, I got one of those little giants. Around. I got one of these little giants. You know, I can stretch it out to get on top of a 2-story house, so I ain't got to pull that big ladder off the top there. Some of my guys, they like to wear the waders. They don't get all that nasty stuff on them. I don't really care. I get dirty. You know, in the wintertime, I might care, but in the summer, I just spray myself off. I get nasty. But you know, these are just some of the things that I use to operate on a day-to-day basis. I hope this is helpful for somebody out there. I appreciate y'all watching this, and you know, Justin, thank you for the opportunity to share my growth and my progression and the stuff that I have to operate EJ's Power Wash and Detail, and just appreciate everything you do, Justin. Have a blessed day.